If you're a student in class 12th and wondering कि management तो करना है, but what college, which exam and what your career would look like, then ये podcast miss करना मतलब clarity miss करना. Usually students को सिर्फ एक ही चीज बताई जाती है, डिग्री लो, कॉलेज ज्वाइन करो, बाकी बाद में सोचेंगे. But in today's world, careers don't work like that anymore. What if एक single entrance test आपको multiple career pathways, strong industry exposure, international opportunities और even dual degrees in Australia तक ले जा सकता हो? We will unpack exactly this in today's amazing podcast and you'll get to know SET exam actually क्या assess करता है, how is SCMS Pune's BBA different than hundreds of other BBA colleges, what skills to BBA students acquire starting year 1 and how some students are getting groomed for careers abroad even before graduation. We dive straight into these questions with highly respected Dr. Adya Sharma, who is Professor and Director of Symbiosis Centre for Management Studies, Pune. She is herself a St. Stephen's College graduate and holds the PhD and even a double post-graduation. With Adya ma'am, we also have one of the outstanding students of SCMS, Shaptab Singh, who will share his views as well for all the aspirants out there. So, if you are exploring the management after boards, ये podcast आखिरी तक देखना. After class 12th, most students hear about multiple career options and they are confused between choosing multiple streams, multiple paths. But what if one single entrance could open a door to not just management field but other fields also, including the dual degree courses? That's exactly what we are going to unpack here today. And we are diving in conversation with the director of Symbiosis Center for Management Studies, Dr. Adya Sharma, and one of the students of SCMS, Shaptab Singh. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, Shaptab, to today's amazing podcast. And I'm sure this is going to unlock a lot of questions, a lot of answers to a lot of questions today. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Akansha. Thank you so much for having me and Shaptab here with you today.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
And we look forward to this conversation.
Absolutely. Shaptab, we welcome you also. And
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Chalo. So, on that note, ma'am, I would like to ask my first observation, or for that matter, first question in front of you. So, what if a class 12th students write the Symbiosis entrance test, which is the entrance test to get admission into SCMS? What all different career path does it open for the students?
Okay, so if you are appearing for SET, that is Symbiosis entrance test, it opens the paths not just for SCMS Pune, but it opens path for more than 10 different institutes of Symbiosis offering more than 22 different programs. So if you want admission in undergraduate courses or programs of Symbiosis, then you have to appear for SET 2026. And we have programs from management, media, we have programs of economics, we have programs of culinary arts, sports sciences, liberal arts, computers, artificial intelligence. So you name it and we have it. So if a student is appearing for SET 2026, you are opening not a door, you are opening a big gate with many opportunities.
Absolutely. I think huge range and huge variety of programs that students get to have through SET. And my next question on that note would be, so there are hundreds of BBA programs in India at today's date, on today's date. So I'm going to be very straight. What does the BBA from SCMS make? How does it make a difference than rest of the other hundreds of BBA program that a lot of colleges are currently offering?
Thanks for asking this question, Akansha. And I'm just so passionate about this college that stop me if I go on and on and on.
No, we'll not
Yes, Academics is definitely a strong base, very, very strong. We are very proud of our academic foundation, which is contemporary, relevant, and which is supported by great faculty, guest speakers, and so on. But I think what distinguishes SCMS Pune from other BBA institutes is we bridge that journey between theory and practical. And maybe everyone says that, but we actually do it. So while we have strong academics, we are also very proud of life beyond academics.
Right.
So when we bridge this distance between theory and practical, we do it in a very interesting way. So our students in this academic year, which is still to end, have already participated or organized more than 80 events. And these are all organized by the students. So when they learn in the class about marketing, they practice when they're organizing this event, how to promote it. What is communication? How to reach out to people? They have to manage their budget. So they learn in real time what budget actually means. And when you actually talk about profit and loss, it's not just a paper figure and how it matters. They learn about procurement, they learn about supply chain. And therefore, when our students walk out after 3 years or 4 years, Akansha, it's not just with a BBA degree, they are walking out with the confidence to face any obstacles. They have that problem-solving attitude. What also distinguishes, I think, our students from our institute is that, as I said, they don't just walk out with a BBA degree. We encourage them to do courses from Coursera.
Right.
They do HubSpot. They do Six Sigma. They do advanced Excel. So they have acquired skills which are very necessary along with academics to perform in this corporate world. Everyone does corporate internship. Our students also do. But what I'm very proud of is that our students also do something called service learning or internship with the NGO. Because we very strongly feel that all of us have a commitment towards the society. And at this young age, they should understand, respect the community, and also learn how to give back to the community. So yes, while corporate internship is one part of the program, they also have a compulsory internship with an NGO. Also, something which we are very proud of, Akansha, is something called COIL, Collaborative Online International Learning. Now, what is that? It's an interconnected world. Today, for example, you are in another city, I'm in another city, and we are working together. It's a global teams which are working. But only 3% of the Indian student population travels abroad. Right. So how do you get cultural competence? It would be great if everybody could travel. But what about 97% of the student population which never travels? How do they get this cultural competence? And that's where we have something called COIL, where two cohorts of students from two different cultures, from two different countries, from two different languages, from two different time zones work together on live projects. So when you say that we groom our students to become global citizens, we actually mean it. We truly groom them to face this world with the skills required for the present and the future.
Amazing. Frankly, I got to know COIL just now, although we have been, ourselves studying about SET since we have started Supergrads. But honestly, I'm sure all of our students must have also got to know about COIL and must have learned something absolutely new. And thank you for sharing that, ma'am. Coming back to SET, um, so, there are, as we discussed, a lot of colleges offering BBA programs. Many students assumes or they think that SET is like any other BBA entrance exam or UG entrance exam. So, in simple words, what is SET actually designed or how it is designed to assess the students through entrance test?
So we are checking some basic abilities in students, if I can put it this way. We are definitely checking the communication skills. So their writing ability, their understanding of vocabulary, But what is very important for us is also the intellectual curiosity. Because how curious the student is about not just what's written in the books, but beyond the books, what's happening in the world around him. Because it's this curiosity, it is this eagerness to learn, which makes you a lifelong learner, which is such an important quality today. We are looking at a systematic approach to problem solving, but at the same time, we are also looking at analytical skills. But we are also looking at the ability to really think out of the box, which means we are looking at using those systematic approach to problem solving with the right amount of creativity. So if I can say, yeah, these are some of the skills which we are looking at and set through the various sections we have.
Right. Absolutely amazing. Now let's come to Shaptab. Now my next question will be for you. So how do you think, being a student of such an amazing, college or a university, how does SCMS support students who are still exploring their interests or still exploring which career path do they want to choose to enter a particular program?
All right. So initially, when a student, joins Symbiosis and they come into SCMS Pune as a first year, they don't have to pick a major and minor immediately now, right?
Right.
So they don't have to they don't have to decide their career path starting. In the first year, SCMS offers what we call it a cafeteria approach. So students study all different subjects. So in your first year, in the 2 semesters, I studied finance, I studied marketing, I studied analytics, I studied environment, I studied all the courses so that in my second year, I can then make an informed decision as to which path is right for me. So in your first year, you study, you give tests, you do case studies, you do live projects, you do all of it for all the fields so that you can then see which one suits you and suits your qualities the
Right.
best so that you're not forced into a path you don't want to choose.
Right. And then you get to choose a specialization later on, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
in the second year, then you get to choose a specialization.
Okay. So on that note, what are some skills that students of SCMS BBA start developing right from the beginning that help them in the later stage?
Okay, so like our director Adya said that the skills that they learn in college. So let's say I'm taking a marketing class. I'm going to take a marketing class. I'm going to take those skills and then I'm going to apply it to any events that I'm organizing. So when a student comes in the first year, they join they have the option to join a wide myriad of student bodies. They can pick anyone, join any club of the choice to organize events. Now, thing is, organizing events requires planning, it requires patience, it requires discipline, it requires creativity.
Correct.
Then it requires, if you're making a budget, it requires budgeting and finance skills. To market it, you need marketing skills. So all of these things which you're learning in your first year and you're, implementing them side by side while organizing events, these things just, build up like blocks and level up so that when you leave college, those skills just become a part of your routine. So
Correct.
now as a part of routine, you plan things ahead of time. You are more creative.
And
You are
you're
more disciplined and
ready for the
organized.
ready for the
And that
corporate
means
world.
you're ready for the real world because essentially that is what it is.
Amazing. Um, Adya ma'am, coming back to you. So, we have gone through the recent placement reports of SCMS, and that shows that about 95% of SCMS BBA students are getting placed. And the top offer that a student received was around 17 lakh per annum internationally, and 10 lakh per annum in India. So, what do these numbers tell a student about, the placement opportunities or a kind of career that a SMA student would have after graduating?
I think first I'll begin by saying that, not all students go for placement.
Hmm.
There's a sizable number of students who also go for higher education. post-graduation, whether in India or abroad.
Abroad.
Talking specifically about placement, I think I'll answer this question in two ways. First, talking about the present placements, and then sort of giving you a view into what our alumni are doing. So our current placement season is still on, but students have been selected as analyst for the financial division, analyst for the marketing division, analyst for the human resource division, analyst for the forensic due diligence division. They've been selected as relationship managers. They've been selected as sales managers. They've been selected by advertising firms. So our students, as management students, we groom them to go in different sectors because we have marketing, we have finance, we have entrepreneurship, we have in sustainability studies, we have international business, and we have business analytics. And these students as they grow older, today our alumni are present in every field. So we have Abhimanyu Asija, whose company was recently awarded as the emerging brand by Dainik Bhaskar.
Yes.
We have Hanisha Lalwani, who's working in the tourism sector with Marriott International in Dubai. We have Rehbar Ansari, who's a politician in Nepal. We have Akshay Chopra, who's been featured in 40 Under 40. So, as I said, our students are ready to take on the world in different sectors, in different fields across the globe.
Perfect. As we speak of, international placement or for that matter, studying international, there is also one very exciting course that SCMS or the university offers, which is the Global Dual Degree Program in association with Deccan University, Australia. So can you throw some light on this also? What kind of a student can opt for this particular program?
So yeah, this has been something which is very unique to our institute, which we launched last year. So in this, the student spends the first year with us in SCMS Pune, the second year with Symbiosis Dubai,
Okay,
and the third and the fourth year with our international partner, Deakin
Deakin
University
University.
in Australia.
Okay,
So at the end of 4 years, the student gets 2 degrees, one from Symbiosis and one from Deakin University. And the student, and also, I mean, and this has been we just launched it last year, but it has been immensely successful. And the whole idea behind it was that, when we've always had students who've come back to us in the second year and said, hey, you know what? I had gone abroad to start my UG studies, but they get so overwhelmed by everything over there because it's academics, it's looking after everything. I mean, you have to manage everything over there.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
these are young 17, 18-year-old people. They get so overwhelmed
Get
and
to
they
see a
come
lot of
back.
life. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they say, hey, can you give us admission in the second year? I want to come back to India.
Okay,
So basically, it's not that they can't cope with academics. It's just that they need time to adjust to managing everything.
everything. Absolutely.
They have to look after their food also. They have to look after their dirty
Yes,
clothes
yes,
also. They have to
accommodation,
manage.
everything. Absolutely.
Yeah. So this program, I think, is something which helps. So in the first year you're with us in your own country, you learn to step out of the house. You learn how to manage things with the best of the academics. Then you again go to Symbiosis Only Dubai, which is another home away from home. And finally, in the third and the fourth year, when you step out to Australia, you are ready. You're not overwhelmed. You're ready to take on whatever the obstacles, the challenges, the struggles.
Right,
And at the end of it, 2 degrees from two renowned universities.
right.
So yeah, that's the philosophy
Amazing,
behind it, and it's doing extremely well.
amazing. So as I was speaking with Shaptab, he mentioned the skills that, the students get to learn from first year till the end. And undoubtedly the careers have been changing day by day. So the careers don't remain same till 30 years. And how do you think that symbiosis ensures that these skills are, uh, you know, um, adapted in the same way, it has the same value, or it remains same in such a dynamic, environment out there in the world.
Very relevant question, Akansha. And I mean, just not now, always. When I was studying, there was nothing called digital marketing.
Absolutely.
And today, can you imagine a world
Yes,
with
absolutely.
digital marketing?
Digital
So, how
marketing.
do we ensure? I mean, yes, we have to ensure that our students are ready for the present and the future. As I said, first of all, the way academics is conducted in SCMS Pune,
Okay.
the way our assignments are designed, a lot of experiential learning, it somewhere inculcates the habit of finding information, of always keeping yourself updated, of always reading. So you become a lifelong learner. That's what we try to, because I think one of the most important qualities right now is that you have to be a lifelong learner, because the way things are changing, you need to keep yourself updated all the time.
Absolutely.
That is something which we really inculcate in our students. Second, I think what we give our students are transferable skills. And when I say transferable skills, I'm talking about, uh, data analysis, data interpretation, analytics. I'm talking about even ethical decision making. I'm talking about communication skills. So wherever you go, whichever sector you are, these are some skills which are like foundation. You need
Correct.
it
You need
them
it.
today. So we call them transferable skills.
Right.
I think what we also prepare our students, while we prepare our students academically and with all these measures, I very proudly say we also somewhere prepare our students physically and emotionally and mentally. So we
Okay.
have a gym on our campus,
Okay.
and it would be, if you go in the evening, oh my God, it's so packed. Somewhere
Okay.
we again teach our students to value their health, because I believe two important things are education and health.
Health.
To value your health and get into that routine of taking care of your health. Plus, we have counselors on campus uh, for emotional well-being of our students, and therefore we also encourage our students in a way that, hey, if you face an emotional or emotional problem, we are there. So learn to talk. It's okay to share things. And finally, as I said, we are preparing them to work in a global environment. We try to give them by that cultural competence, whether it is by diversity on our campus. So I have students from 25 different countries studying in SCMS Pune.
Amazing.
If you walk into any classroom of SCMS Pune, it is actually a diverse community out there. You learn to live in diversity. And as I said, by COIL. So we are also teaching our students to work in that global environment where they develop
Both.
that global
The
competence,
culture. Yes.
which again, I think whichever sector you go, wherever. So along with that curiosity to learn, along with that lifelong learning skills, along with the skills to adapt to any environment, your communication skills, your ethical decision making, your health, and finally your cultural competence. I think we, in a way, prepare our students to face the present and be ready for the future,
Future.
unpredictable future.
That's something beautiful that I got to know, the insides of the campus and the university. Now coming to Shapta, so a lot of things I got to know and got to learn from ma'am about what happens, uh, paying attention or focus on both academics plus health. um you know so learning about these things, what was your did it happen that when you joined, was there any surprises after taking admission, or something that you did not expect that this would happen? Anything on that?
Uh, well, there were a couple of things. Okay, frankly, there were a very lot of things that were surprising to me when I first joined SCMS Pune. One of the first ones was that, see, as a student, as a kid, you watch Bollywood movies and you hear and you see scenes of, bullying in colleges and ragging in colleges.
Yes, of course. Bollywood should get a lot of
Bollywood
credit
does
of,
glorify that a lot.
propagating, yes,
Exactly.
propagating what bullying is and what ragging is.
So
Please continue.
I was a little concerned, even my parents were a little concerned about the same thing. But someone from my city he was a year elder to me. He was already in college. So he was the first person I met when I came to SCMS Pune. And then I met few more seniors. And the first surprise was that they're actually so sweet and so kind and so nice to you. They
That's so
treat
nice.
you not like that, we're bigger than you, you're a
Your
junior, so you
junior.
have to show us a respect, you have to do things for us. My seniors, they treated me with the same level of respect as they would treat someone from their own batch. So that was the first surprise, that how nice people are and how easy it is to make friends with people here. Another surprise is, like what ma'am said, is that there is a gym on campus. So for me, I could just, let's say, go to classes in the morning and then
In the evening.
come directly to the gym, change, do my workout, and then head back to the hostel in one flow instead of having to take multiple trips up and down, up and down.
Okay.
Ideally, I think those were the two
Two
biggest
things.
surprises I faced.
Okay. Um, my last question to you, Shabda, before going to ma'am again, will be, since you also had a journey of preparation for the Symbiosis entrance test, what tips would you give to, the students who are currently preparing for set that helped you also while, your preparation?
Like any exam, like any test you ever give, you study hard enough, you work hard enough, you're bound to clear it. For me, that was my idea when I was preparing for set,
Okay.
that if I prepare for it hard enough, if I study, the quants and I study the logical reasoning hard enough, I am bound to clear it. And it did happen. I put in the effort, it cleared. So the only thing I would say is that don't try to just, immediately wing it. You do have to prepare for it, study. It'll take some time, but you can do it, frankly.
Right. And what about the other three sections that are there in set? Like how much time, like approximate also, how much time did you spend while you were preparing for set?
See, one thing that I believe is that it's not the smartest decision to wait for your boards to finish and then start preparing for the entrance exams, because that leaves you with very little time to cover a lot of syllabus.
Okay.
So what I would suggest, and what I did also, is you start preparing a bunch of months in advance while you're also preparing for your boards. You prepare side by side, do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, so that by the time your boards wrap up, you have already covered most of the syllabus. And in those last couple of months, you can focus entirely on the entrances and then give the SCT with full preparation.
Right.
Personally, I think that is the
The right
best
way
and the
to.
most ideal way and the right way to give the exam.
And what about one mistake that the student should avoid while preparing for set?
One mistake I think they should avoid is that, see, most people believe that you can't prepare general knowledge or you can't prepare current affairs. That is the way to study it and learn it in advance. That is one thing I believe is a mistake.
It does require.
Yes, you can always prepare current affairs. You can always, study general knowledge, read the news, keep yourself updated. You do
Right.
this for a couple of months, and that is all you need to actually, be thorough with current affairs. And general knowledge is things that you should already know. So just a brief revision on that is all you would need.
Right.
That
Right.
is something you can do. It's not impossible to study general knowledge.
Great. Okay. Coming back to you, Adya ma'am, I think this would be my last question to you, although I really want to ask a lot of questions, but then this would be my last question. So finally, um, what do you think, what category of students who are currently in their grade 11th or grade 12th should definitely consider appearing for set?
I think because I've already spoken so much in detail, I'll put it in one or two lines. Any student who wants to get future ready,
Hmm.
please appear for set, because अगर set है तो career set है.
Oh, nice. That's
And
that's
do
beautiful.
remember that leaders start early at SCMS Pune.
Right.
I think this sums it up for me for whoever wants to appear for set in SCMS Pune.
Okay. Shabdab, anything, any words from you for the students preparing for set?
Uh, all those of you who are preparing for set, I wish you the best of luck. Have faith in yourself that you can do it. I have faith in the fact that you can do it. And if you do give set and you clear it, I will be in college next year and I would love to meet you.
Amazing. So, Shabda and ma'am, thank you so much for simplifying everything around set and being so transparent about the college, about the lifestyle. That clearly shows that, set is not just an exam, it's a gateway to a beautiful and amazing future for all those young minds who are juggling between their careers and figuring out what to do, what not to do. So, thank you. Thank you so much for providing vision to all our students who are watching this video, and they'll be absolutely thanking both of you today.
Thank you so much, Akansha.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, students.